Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Today I've guest here, musical guest, Steve Pappas, Tony Valenzizi.
Very good.
From
good.
String Theory.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Remarkable. The show. Today I've guest here, musical guest. And there's why you do it live, just like that. Thought we'd liven up my show a little bit, but I still have plenty to talk about at some point.
Sure.
That's pretty much negative, but so let's do some music. I've had the fortune of seeing you play, obviously, at some of my shows and many other shows. Why don't you tell us a little about the group and what you're doing now,
All right,
and what you want to do?
Tony and I have been performing on and off probably since the 80s. But about 2005, I formed String Theory, which is a guitar duo. So we do a lot of different music. Classical music, jazz, a lot of variety. So what are we doing now? Well, we're hoping we're going to have some gigs.
Yes.
We've only had one
hurt
since November.
This industry badly.
Yes, we had one in November and we had one last week. So we've had two in 6 months?
Correct.
So we're hoping it picks up. What am I doing personally? Well, I retired from the Youngstown City Schools. I was a music teacher for 29 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And
that's a tough gig.
Yeah, but it was. I have no regrets.
Mm-hmm.
I did my very best. Left it all there. So so I retired from there, and then in 2006, I opened up the Liberty Lesson Center.
Right.
In
It's been that long now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Corner of Churchill and Belmont.
Where's that?
So we give private lessons, and that got hit too by
the
COVID thing. So we're probably.
I find
down.
COVID was really the smartest disease I've ever. It doesn't hit big crowds, but it hits 3 people in a room.
Yeah.
It's the smartest
amazing.
virus that's ever. It's
Amazing.
Maybe it's.
I just get the
maybe
biggest.
it's engineered that way, right? They give it some intellect.
And they're still running these vaccine commercials. Who's paying for those? I'm just curious because I see
have no
one every
idea.
5 minutes, or I hear one.
Yeah.
No FDA approved, pushing this vaccine on you like the end of days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
Understood.
I'm not getting it. So whatever I can't do from there, I'm not doing. Mm-hmm. I don't trust it. I don't think they talk about the after effects or what future down the road.
Right.
But anytime I'm strong-armed to do something, I don't want to do it.
You don't want to do it.
Agreed.
Right.
It's just, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 99.8 survivable disease, but we're acting like, it's polio.
Right.
It isn't. It's alarming, too, that the actual regular flu, the numbers are microscopic. So what did we do? We just threw everything, sore foot, sore throat, COVID, everything's COVID.
Can I tell a story real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
A guy I know, he was out talking to, hey, Bill, how you doing? Hey, Brian, how you doing? That was on a Monday night. Tuesday night, he was fine. Okay, his guy's neighbor was fine. Hey, how you doing? Out mowing his yard, whatever, like that. The next day, an ambulance came and took out the body. The same guy that he had just seen the day before, and he was totally healthy, cutting his grass. And they, how do you die instantly of something? A heart attack, a brain aneurysm, whatever it is.
They didn't call that COVID.
They called it COVID.
My friend's mother had Alzheimer's for now 10 years. She passed away, didn't know anybody when she passed away. They left, they said they'd take care of it. They went back to get the death certificate because they needed it, and it said COVID-19. And they're like, she didn't have any COVID-19. So when you start seeing those kind of things, and what really bothers me, I see on Facebook now a lot of all these people, people are hiring, go get a job. Wait a minute. These politicians who haven't run a lemonade stand pulled the plug on the economy to get rid of Trump. That's pure simple. If you don't believe that, you'll believe anything. Then, lots of people in this industry worked a lot of years to get where they were. A lot of schooling, a lot of certificates, big salary people. This industry's been decimated. So they're getting whatever unemployment. What do you want them to go work at Pizza Hut? It's not their fault. They spent many, many years, including me, putting into the system. So now the first time they can finally get something from no fault of their own that they're not working, and everyone's going to, go get a job at Subway. Really, is that there's a lot of things here. People should just not be judging people, because I don't think anybody wanted to go through this, nor did they want to get laid off or furloughed or anything. So, I mean, let it run out to September. I don't think anybody's excited about the money they're getting. I mean, when you're making $100 and some $1,000s a year, $300 a week bonus money, you might as well throw it out the window.
Right, it's not much.
So I don't like to see all that, that judgmental stuff when you don't know anybody's situation like that.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, enough of my tirades. What do you guys?
We expected to.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to shut
that's-
up. So
yeah.
I may talk through your music. No, I'm just kidding.
Now that,
Do side mic.
yeah, we can't have that. Don't distract us.
All right, guys, let's do it.
Well, this first thing we're going to do for you is entitled Refuge. And a lot of my music is inspired by the Bible. So this is inspired by Psalm 46. The Lord is your refuge. He's your help, your present help. So we're going to play it for you. Psalm 46, inspired by the Bible.
Awesome.
very
Good.
much. So I broke a nail.
Just now?
No, I broke a nail, and to break a nail for a classical
Is
guitarist,
It's not
crisis.
it's a crisis.
It's
So
crisis.
it's a crisis. So I
good.
have.
You get a fake nail or what?
Well,
Press on nail?
I tried one of these today. This is called an Alaska pick.
Of course it is.
An Alaska
Who
pick.
wouldn't recognize that as a
No,
lesson?
they would not. So you put it underneath the nail you have, but the problem with it, it tends to move while you're playing.
Oh.
It's like turning from side to side. So, we do our best.
Do
To
you
trick
do-
of the trade.
Do you have CDs and things? I mean, do you have it online? Do you sell music?
Oh yeah. I have Refuge is online, and I have Winter's Passage. That's online.
But that's on your website.
Yeah,
Which
it's on
is?
Spotify. It's on Spotify. It's all the platforms.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have some sheet music. Not that anybody would, I don't know. If there are any classical guitarists out there. I have 3 pieces that are published. So that's cool.
Well,
too.
plus a book of 8 pieces.
Well, yeah, but I never published that. The other 3 are published like worldwide.
Oh, okay.
Then I have a booklet where I put everything together that I
Oh, really?
give to.
Tom, you don't know, but Steve is an internationally recognized composer.
Let's not go.
I knew that. I just didn't know why. I didn't
I'm
make
honored
it
to
big.
play with him.
Oh,
I am
Lord,
honored
have
to play with
mercy.
him.
And your check's in the mail.
Yeah.
Well, it's evolved over the years. I remember when you did some of the home shows I did, you had more people. I think Chuck was
Yeah.
in it one
We had a
time.
band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you were off on your own because I guess your ego was really bad and the guys couldn't get along
Couldn't
with
get
you or
along.
something.
Yeah. Our last concert was at the Cellar. I fired everyone.
Yeah, I mean, that's just
was it.
rumors.
Yeah.
You know how the music
then
industry
it got
is.
bad.
You
Then it
can't
was just
believe all
Chuck and
those
I
rumors.
with congas
Yeah.
and guitar because no one would play with me.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay. I got you.
Too
Got it?
demanding or something.
yeah,
thought
too
I heard.
demanding. So, but Tony's able to.
Deal with him.
He can deal with my.
Yeah, I know how to deal with
He
him.
knows how to deal.
And he knows how to deal with me.
No, you're not. It's not over yet. You could still be discovered and hit the big time now. You got kind of a Santana type.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty happy with where my music has gone.
What kind of some of your students? Did anybody branch out and do anything big that's been a student? Or?
A couple of them have Well, let's see. A couple of them have graduated from music school, and they're doing their thing,
Yeah.
But as far as like mainstream, they're probably doing what I'm doing.
You always hear those radio shows where they do the one-hit wonders and stuff. And I'm like, there's nothing funny about a one-hit wonder. There's a ton of really good musicians and singers that never get even close to a hit.
No, you're right.
So I don't care what, when you make it into a top hit, to me
see,
that's
and
that's
see
a
now
shot in
though,
the.
you don't need record
Oh.
companies. You don't. I mean, you could do it through YouTube and
It's
social
totally
media.
destroyed the live music. Because I'm going to tell you, when we run out of 70s and 80s bands, I don't know what you
No, I
do with a
know.
live food festival or a show. What are you going to do?
That's funny when my students, my private students, and they're younger, and they want to learn stuff from the 70s. Because, I mean, it's like a vast wasteland. There's nothing for them to, especially guitar-oriented music.
Yeah.
There's nothing for them to really, so they're asking me, AC/DC and whatever, Joan
Well,
Jett.
that's why, if you look, acts kind of fizzled out there in the 90s, like ELO and a bunch of bands that we were trying to get, 38 Special, Billy Squire, whatever, to throw in them. You could get them for almost nothing. They were everywhere.
Right.
Well, boy, after the 90s, you try to reach back and get, although you can forget it. You're going to pay a lot of money for them, and they're booked up solid because all the Vegas shows are easy money, and these fairs pay way too much money. So it's a hard job as a local promoter unless you have some wings behind you to do it or get the acts. But
You did some good shows.
yeah, but that was,
Blue Oyster Cult.
but like I'll give you an example. Electric Light Orchestra played in PPG and sold it out. Now they played to 6,000-7,000 people in the 90s, and then they broke up. So now they come back around at the tail end of their and do 25,000 people every show. Now,
Wow.
what is that telling you?
Yeah.
There's
People are
nothing
starving.
new.
People are starving.
And
for
there's
new
no hits because
No.
somebody has a hit. Okay, you can't take a band, put them out in front of a crowd, and they had one hit. It's not going to work.
Right.
They don't have bands or acts with a lot of hits anymore. Those days are over.
Those days
so
are over.
It's really, really difficult.
Yeah, it
because
is.
you're here today, gone tomorrow. You remember something from 10 years ago, you never see them again.
No.
They're gone, history
They're gone.
out the door, flash in the pan. And,
Flash in the pan.
yeah, it's something new every other day.
Yeah.
But not enough to purchase and pay money to have a show. What are you going to do? Plus, they don't play any instruments.
Yeah, that's
exactly. It's all
that's
yeah.
the
It's just it's a microphone.
auto-generated. It's
yeah.
not
This
even,
is a sore spot,
No.
because
We
we're
paid
doing live.
$90,000 for Ja Rule to stand up and not even know he was in where he was at.
Right.
He said Cleveland. He had no band. He had a microphone, and then the part where J-Lo sang in the song, he left it blank. Just the terrible production. $90,000 that show was.
I mean, think of back in the day. Think of those full-blown horn bands we used to listen
Yeah.
to: Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Tower of Power, and
15
Chicago.
pieces.
Yeah.
Chicago. Wow.
Chicago. Man, we're starved for those days. It's just
I just don't know what they do. And what's been really successful is they get younger people to play behind them, and the main people are still out front. It kind of still
yeah,
meshes together really well. Like ELO, I mean, Jeff Lynne's the mastermind. He's got some other people. Who the heck cares who those people even are? As long as Jeff Lynne's in it.
right.
So that's how a lot of them still roll today, is their lead singer is still there or their main
Right.
guitar player is still there.
But they don't have record companies giving them
No.
money anymore.
They don't even do that anymore,
They don't
do
do
they?
that anymore now.
Well, Santana, isn't he still doing records?
So I don't even know.
So was
I don't. Do they pay,
Alan Parsons.
Do they pay for them themselves?
I think that might be it. Yeah, they don't do that.
Yeah, they used to
go
give you
find
money.
somebody,
Right.
discover them. Those days are over.
These-
Well, what else we got?
Well, we're gonna do a Gershwin tune, is it not?
yes.
Summertime. I think that's appropriate.
We'd like to see some.
Yeah.
You see my Facebook post? We could
Oh.
use some gray skies and rain.
We need some more
really
rain.
bad.
Yeah.
Everybody writes underneath there. We knew this was coming.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I could get miles out of that joke. It's just,
Absolutely. Well, I mean, think of the past couple of days have been
just brutal, though.
brutal. The furnace on. Dark.
Sitting out on my porch, all huddled in the
All huddled,
corner.
yeah.
I'm having a cigar. And it's like,
In a winter coat.
Rain's blowing like a hurricane. And
Horizontal.
my wife goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I have no clue."
No clue, yeah. Yeah, we're just starving for some sunlight now. Yeah. So we're going to do this for you.
You go right ahead.
All right, this is Summertime.
was very summertime.
Was it good?
Yes,
I think it pushed those clouds out.
I think so.
We don't know, though, because we don't have a
I
window.
felt like I got a tan from that song.
You do have a tan, but you always have a tan.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how you get it, but
I actually did a paper in college on how to keep a tan 12 months out of the year. My teacher.
was that in physics?
Yeah, it was one of those speech classes.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
you
I've
could talk
read a
about
lot of
anything
papers.
at all, right?
Oh.
Anything at
Yeah,
all.
well, that's just how to, and that's what I did.
George Hamilton.
Seen a lot
Wasn't
of
he known
papers.
for having a, remember George
Yeah.
Hamilton?
Well, George was using that bronzing cream stuff.
Yes, spray tan.
Yeah. Whatever Donald Trump was using she must have been a cheaper version of
Huh?
George Hamilton's. 'Cause his was coming out red. Orange.
Lord. So yeah, that's so we do a lot of styles. Like the first thing is kind of classical, and then this is more of a jazz, mainstream kind of jazz.
You play electric guitar at all?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. We do.
So you could do an Eddie Van Halen if you needed to.
Yeah, but not at a wedding. We do a
Why
well,
Well, we were asked one
Unchained.
time to do. Now, we do wedding ceremonies, which are pretty formal. We usually show up in a suit and tie kind of thing, and then we'll do the reception, which you let your hair down a little bit and have fun. You know, we'll do a lot more jazz and some rock, classic rock, and stuff like that. Well, one time, guys were getting married, and the groom, and his brother and his father, every Saturday night they get together, drink beer, and play blues guitar, and they love Jimi Hendrix. So during the wedding ceremony, the prelude, as guests are coming in, they insisted that we do Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower,
Oh, yeah.
and Red House. Now, there's no tune that's more blues than Red House, if you're familiar with that. And to play blues on the classical guitar is quite a combination, but the guy loved it. He loved it, and you wouldn't ever think. But we've gotten all sorts of crazy requests to play for the wedding ceremony itself, from Dave Matthews
Metallica.
to Queen,
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I mean, when you're in
Metallica.
a wedding, you gotta listen to everybody's
yeah.
Yeah.
goofy requests.
But I mean,
So
we've
how do you
always
prepare for
always
that?
had a lot of fun doing it.
Well, someone wanted Another One Bites the Dust after the ceremony
I
was
could
over.
play that, I think.
Yeah, we did it.
We did it.
They wanted
After the ceremony, after they kissed and were going down the aisle.
Oh,
that
my
was the song they
gosh.
wanted. Tierney and I were
the
like,
recessional. They originally wanted Bohemian Rhapsody, but I said that would just be. I mean, we've done some really hard things before, but Bohemian Rhapsody on two classical
that's-
guitars,
that's
that's a
tough.
little bit outside
Well,
of our realm. We could have done
for
it,
what
but
we get paid.
yeah. We'd have had to have commissioned a.
Do a combination of songs.
Yeah, we're on the Youngstown
So they
budget.
said, how about
Throw them all together.
Another One Bites the Dust? Okay. We'll
yeah,
do that
I felt
one.
kind
We
of
could
bad
do that
about
one,
that.
yeah.
I wonder if they're still married. I always wonder.
It's not a
you know,
good start.
all those weddings that we've done, how many are still together?
Well, you know, I love music, and I do play drums, and I felt like during those songs, I'm in my mind playing what I would be playing to that song. It's, that's
Yeah.
it's a good
Swing
song.
beat,
That's
swing.
a great song. That last one was really good.
Yeah, yeah. So Tony's gonna we're gonna break out the mandolin.
Wow.
This is
No
a
holds barred
this
down
is a
here.
high
This
class
is
operation.
this
Okay.
is not your
Something-
everyday.
Something different.
Yeah.
You wanna
Oh, I gotta turn
stand
this
by?
off.
I just think it's amazing watching you play. I played a lot of instruments. I've never played a guitar, and that's just it's one of those things you just watch somebody play
Well-
and you just can't.
Tony's took up the violin.
That's another one.
Well,
That's the hardest instrument I've
Oh,
ever
wow.
played. I play a lot of different instruments as well.
we were gonna bring that tonight
as a comedy routine.
as a comedy routine.
I played it for Steve the other day. I was kind of hoping to impress him with how well I was playing the violin after only playing for 5 weeks. But I squeaked and squawked and slid, and my wife came down and she was laughing hysterically.
His wife is a graduate from music school,
Oh, so,
Yes.
so she was
she's not
upstairs
going to be.
and she heard that note.
Oh, many notes.
Many notes.
Squawking and sliding.
But
and
I told her
squeaking
that
and-
might, maybe we shouldn't play seriously. Maybe we ought to pursue that.
I jokingly said to him, "I'm bringing the violin. We're
Oh,
gonna have
yeah.
some fun."
And the
Like
accordion.
we're gonna. I could
Accordion.
look like I'm really good, and then it'll be.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's
hard
a
to-
You know,
very
every-
difficult instrument.
Watching
to learn.
Charlie Daniels when we did that show, he got that little thing, and he's just beating that thing up.
What's the most difficult thing? It's looking down the strings, right?
Well, yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah,
So now the mandolin and the violin. The only reason I'm even playing the violin is that I've been playing the mandolin for about 7 years now, and they're set up the same tuning and everything like that. The same kind of scale. If you put a mandolin up here, the frets are just a little bit smaller, but the same kind of scale. So with the guitar, you're used to looking at it like this. Look at it like this. It's like looking at a ruler. Instead of looking at a ruler, you're looking at it like this, and it's hard to see.
I think everything comes together. Like?
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Very
and then
difficult.
Here's another thing that I'm frustrated with. Like with the guitar, this is called vibrato.
Yeah.
I could do vibrato endlessly on any string. So I thought it's just
You're gonna be able
easy
to do
to
it
do
with
on
that.
the violin, but it's impossible to do, and I'm so frustrated with it. And I have Nick Del Pino is my violin teacher, and I go, show me how to do vibrato. He's like, Tony, you're not going to be doing vibrato for a long time. No, you're not going to be doing vibrato for a long time. Like,
And you're a music instrument guy. I mean, how about somebody just novice, not knowing anything?
Oh, gosh.
How about that teaching?
Yeah.
I
It
don't
might
think,
be a 5-year plan.
But yeah,
I don't
yes.
think any one instrument is that much harder or easier to master than another.
Right.
But the violin has got to be one of the most difficult instruments to learn how to play. It was certainly for me, and I'm nowhere near.
next time we come to the show, we'll break it out.
We'll break it out.
That's why I always liked ELO's music. I loved all that.
Oh, I love the
strings,
violin. I love the
strings.
violin.
background. It's just
Remember Jean-Luc Ponty?
Oh, big John Luke Funk.
yeah.
Was just listening to Individual Choice last week.
Yeah, that was amazing. That they would fill concert halls and he'd be up there doing his thing. No, kids today don't even get to see that.
No, man.
You know, a Jean-Luc Ponty and the instrumentalists from back in the day.
People have an attention span like a drive-through restaurant. That's why you can't even get people to play baseball anymore.
Oh,
It's just
and that's
way
another
past
story.
their-
Another story.
Yeah.
We're going to segue into that to our softball
That
career.
has to come up.
That's the softball career.
Legendary game that we had.
Yeah.
I heard fights broke out.
Oh,
I
There's
heard there
two
was
babies in a carriage and two mammoth men are flopping. Like, one of them lands on that. I kept sitting there going, you know, when I'm the voice of reason in a fight, there's really
something's
something
wrong.
going
Something's
on.
out of
wrong
control.
here's the problem with the whole thing.
I thought it was going to kill the.
It was a bench clearing brawl, but it was between our teams.
It was our own. It
was our own
only
team.
our team.
We
And I
weren't
was
fighting
in.
the
I was
other
in a
team.
couple of those.
Yes,
in my
you
life.
were.
That one, it started bickering back
Oh,
and
yeah.
forth. You got to catch those. But I was saying stuff, egging it on.
He
I
was
shouldn't have
egging
been
it on.
saying.
Oh, yeah,
And the
he
next thing you know, wham! It went. I mean,
It was a bench clearing brawl.
Yeah.
The other
and we're
teams
the
are
only
sitting there.
church team that got banned from the league.
Two leagues.
Hallelujah! Boy,
No.
did we saved some souls.
2 leagues.
Yeah, well, that's right. They
Because
crossed
the
over the other
Austintown
league.
League, I think the police showed up for that.
Don't listen to what we say. Watch us.
Watch us,
Just
yeah.
watch our lives.
It
We'll
was
show
full
you.
contact. I look at it as full contact softball.
Well, then we were in the middle of the game, and our pitcher wound up and threw one into the graveyard across the street. Like, just, I
Yeah.
thought, was there ever a team perfect for me to play on as this? When I am like not even noticed, not even
you-
noticeable.
No, you're insignificant because of everything.
Everybody
But you know what
was
it reminded me of? I was
crazier
thinking-
than me.
I was thinking about it the other day. It reminded me of the longest yard when the prison team was practicing. That's what it
They
reminded
would
me
beat
of.
each other.
Boy, we could hit.
Yeah. Well, the first day, Tom comes to the game. He comes in like a Lincoln Town car. I come in a Hyundai. He gets out of the car.
Late.
He has a pressed professional uniform. I have shorts and a torn-up T-shirt. Okay?
It was from a semi-pro league.
Semi-pro league. Then he goes into his trunk and opens up his trunk, and it was like Dick's Sporting Goods. He's back there with his bats. He was like, like a pool cue, like putting his bats together. That's what it was like. He
He
brought
has a
his own
professional
bats. Then he
bat.
took like 10 minutes to lace his shoes.
Yeah,
It wasn't the Louisville Slugger, right?
No.
The first pitch I saw went about 400 feet into the trees. Yeah, we're okay with him. You can take as much time as you want out there.
Yeah, but remember the rule, though? You could only hit so many home runs.
And I didn't know anything about that. And that guy goes, "You're out." I go, "I know it's out." He goes, "No, you're out."
You're only allowed to hit so many home runs in the game.
I don't know how to do anything but round up and hit it as far as I can.
Well, Tom stands in the back of the batter's box. And then he runs to the
Take
front.
a couple hop steps and
Oh,
boom!
yeah. And it looks like he's hitting a tree. Then he hits it out.
Like a lumberjack.
I'm hitting
Trying
the
to
ball. I
fall
go,
a tree.
"Is that gone too?" Wow.
Yeah.
Though, how about they finally got? No, this is a church. Yeah,
No,
that was
I didn't play in that
No,
league.
you did.
Because
And then
I'm
I
still-
came up
I'm
to the
still under
plate,
psychiatric
and the
care
guy
because
said,
of that.
"F you." I go, "The bases are loaded." "I don't care. Go to first base." He walked in the run and didn't pitch to me. I've never had that happen before. He just says, "F you." Ah, such.
Yeah.
We were really.
But the good thing is, I got on base for you, though.
Yes, you did.
I got on base. You had someone to drive in.
Yes.
I mean, I never hit it out, but I got on base pretty
Anthony was
consistent.
a machine too. Boy,
Yeah.
he was a hitting machine.
If we ever could just get along.
No, the dad would pitch and the son would be swearing at him while he was pitching. It was just a reality show. I'm telling you, that would have
We
been
could have,
popular.
yes, that would have been so
Oh.
popular.
From start, and we wore black outfits. What
Yeah.
a shock.
And it was spontaneous.
Yeah.
Nothing was planned.
You stink. No, you stink. Right during the game.
Yeah.
Families out there picnicking and stuff.
How about the mothers that were
Bats
yelling at
getting
us?
thrown. Yeah.
Stop talking like that, remember?
Yeah. Throw him out. I mean, every game somebody in the stands will say, "Throw those people out."
Throw 'em out. So I'm
got
still under.
into it,
Yeah,
huh?
I'm still seeing Dr. Phil since
Yeah.
that time.
Post-traumatic stress
Oh,
disorder.
post-traumatic
It was.
stress.
It's a
It
lifelong-
was actually delightful. I enjoyed that thoroughly. That I wasn't the
No, you weren't-
jester with bells on my head doing.
No.
Always doing
You were
all
just
the
egging it-
antics.
You were egging it on, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it usually started with one or two people, but you got your 2 cents in there.
Oh yeah,
You know, just to keep the fires going.
I was good at that.
Did we win any games?
We won a lot of games.
we win? Yeah, I
That was
just
the
wondered.
sad part. We were really good.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You
If
think
we-
I would have showed up if you guys weren't any good? Really?
Gee, I feel bad about that. I thought it was based on friendship.
It had nothing to do with that. It was a really good team. No, and friendship.
Oh, okay, and friendship. Kind of afterthought.
Yeah, but together, work together. Good.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
It was. I missed.
We should
that.
do a. Why don't we have a reunion?
We should.
Let's have a reunion.
The babies that made it through, they actually didn't get killed. You know, see what they're doing today.
See what they're doing
'Cause
today.
They almost got wiped
Yeah,
out.
they
in the
could.
middle.
We could interview them at home plate.
You're talking about a 6'5". Wasn't Rocky about 6'5"?
Oh, 6'5", 6'6".
6'6", 2, and Anthony tougher than nails and just going at it like
Yeah.
the old West. It was right
And
before
they
your
were-
eyes. It just, is this really happening?
And they were teammates. They
Yeah.
were
Oh yeah, we were
teammates.
It was
teammates.
a love relationship. Yeah. And then there's me,
Love-hate.
Mr. Trying to calm
Or
everything
what was
down.
the guy's?
Can we calm down, boys?
One of their sisters married the right fielder,
Oh yeah.
and they have to be mumbling stuff like, "Oh, jeez,
Yeah,
I'm
you
married
broke,
into the
that
family.
team
Got to
broke
play
up a
these
lot of
guys anyway."
lot of families.
Yes, it did.
We have
You
problems
guys,
to
they
this
weren't
day.
talking for the longest time.
For the
right?
longest, we still have problems on holidays.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's terrible, terrible. I was going to bring my batting gloves and just so we could reminisce and stuff.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, just talk about.
I actually got mad and on deck in a baseball game, threw my bat down and it jumped, catapulted over the fence into the stand. And they almost hit a guy and they were like, "Oh my gosh, throw him out." And my answer, believe it or not, pre-Jesus was, if you don't have any better reflexes than that, move somewhere else. That was my answer to that.
Pre-Jesus.
I hear some of the stuff I said, it echoes like,
Yeah.
"Oh, gosh,
Well,
I can't
some of it, you still have it on Facebook. Some of this.
Or when I was batting and this lady's behind me, "Your uniform's too tight." Now, there's a lot of people there. I stopped and went, "Anything you would put on would be too tight." Right during the game, everybody's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did." Yeah, just stuff like
Now,
that.
your son, he played basketball.
Yeah.
Now, did you act that way at his games? I mean, did you get thrown out?
They actually wanted me to do a podcast from the stands. That's how funny my show was during the games.
During the games.
But some of the refs didn't find it
But you
as
never
funny.
got thrown out.
Oh, I got thrown. I wanted to
wonder
pay
why.
by the quarter because I couldn't make it 4 quarters. I go, "Can I just pay as I go?" Because if I pay, I'm not going to make it through 4 quarters. It just got to be a big joke.
So instead of $6. I only want
Yeah,
to
I'm
pay
just
like
$2 a
$4.50.
quarter.
$2 a
I
quarter
make it,
if I
you
make
know.
it.
I'll give you the whole $6.
I'll give you the whole 6 if I make it. Oh, that is pretty
Well, but I'm up way up in the stands at Harding making all these comments, and this ref's looking up to see who it is. I go, I know I'm safe because you can't see anything, especially this far. Oh, I was just like one
after
beautiful
another.
It was fun till they really started to watch. I mean, I couldn't say. I yelled, "Come on!" at Southington, and I got thrown out.
Well, you know, one of our players
They just started
One of our
just cracking
players-
down on anything.
now has children. One of our players.
Who?
Well, I don't want to mention names. I don't want to indict them because
First name, just the first name.
Anthony. He now has 3 boys, so then they're all now playing.
Oh, I knew that. I didn't know they
so
were
I
that
can
old.
imagine what that's like.
Well, you know, he likes to pretend like these are just off, out of the blue incidents.
Yeah.
But how's come I've seen a lot of them? And I was only with them.
I think it was because you were there.
I might have been.
That was it. All right, we're going to
Go
do
ahead.
this. Yes, this is an Irish tune called Swallowtail Jig, Morrison's Jig. We're going to do our best to.
I haven't played this in a long time. I thought we were just going to do this.
All right, we'll just do the top one.
All right. Just as written.
Yeah.
Take the repeats. Turn the amp on.
Oh, yeah, we got to turn the amp on. That's always helpful. Wait a minute. Let me turn the amp on. We good?
Yeah. Okay, ready? Yep. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah, getting in close. All right.
1, 2, ready, go.
Yeah.
Just a quick little Irish jig
That
there.
could definitely tell that was an Irish jig.
Could you tell that?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Swallowtail Jig.
Like
All these jigs are like warp speed. Of course, we can't play them. Once I cross 60, I can't play them at warp speed anymore. It's kind of.
I just can't picture because I go to restaurants and I listen to music that's awful. Why aren't you guys like?
No one loves us.
Well, my goodness.
You know what?
I'm gonna have to promote it.
Most of them are vocals.
Yeah.
And when they say, "Oh, you're instrumental," you just didn't play any vocals.
Yeah.
They don't understand.
They don't understand
that
it,
we
youngs-
can do music from 600 years.
Yeah. 600
And
years of
original
repertoire.
music, jazz, classical,
Smooth
Italian music, Irish music,
I'm not saying Youngstown is void
Latin,
of.
Brazilian, all sorts of different.
They're not
things.
void of culture. I mean, we got a great music school and symphony and museum.
And
but
you
it's
know what
just-
else? We also had a mayor candidate, an election where 10% of the city came out to vote. So their mind must not be on what's going on in the city. How sad was that, Joe?
Yeah.
10%.
10% of the came out for voting for the mayor, not a councilman, the mayor. That's
so
all
that's
they got.
like what? How many people in Youngstown?
I think they only had
6,000
about 5,000
people, yeah.
votes total.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was.
Yeah,
Something
so,
like that, yeah.
Yeah, our we're kind of a niche thing, and it's it can be difficult in this town to find places to do what we do.
So we could
Well, I mean,
do.
you're all over the place. Weren't you in Pennsylvania, Western PA, and
Yeah, we've played. You know, we were just in Cleveland that did a wedding, an outdoor wedding that was very nice.
We're doing one in Cleveland area again in a few weeks.
Few weeks, yeah. I like weddings. I
that's
do.
perfect.
Yeah, for what we
Weddings,
do.
Restaurant, like
Cocktail
a
hour,
top-end
dinner
restaurant,
hour
though.
of the reception. Wedding ceremonies, cocktail hour, dinner hour of the receptions. But then we do a lot of private parties,
Yeah,
restaurants, that kind of
Well,
thing.
like graduations and stuff.
we could.
'Cause
We could strap on the electric.
I had Tony Rubino play the piano at my daughter's,
You didn't call us.
Went really well.
You didn't call us.
Well, he kind of owed us a favor, so that's something.
And he was afraid if you came,
Yeah.
a fight would break out.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
bring
Tom, I was the only
Anthony
one.
and the boys. And
I was
the whole
just trying to
thing
keep
tore up.
everybody calm.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you were.
I was.
You were. I got to give you that.
You know, I was like Father McDougal.
Well, we're about ready to wrap it up. You got anything else you want to play? I got a couple minutes left, or say, or
You want to do? Can we do an Italian tune?
hurry it up. Let's go.
How fast do we have to play it?
Couple minutes. Oh, you
4
got
minutes.
4
All right.
Oh, heck yeah! I still can talk.
Are you Italian?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ready?
I'm Greek, but I'm going to play it anyway.
1, 2. 1, 2, ready, go.
That's in case the Italian fest.
I
Is that going to be
like Luca
taking
Brasi
place?
was going to come out any minute.
Brazzi.
That was definitely in there, wasn't it? It was in the Godfather series, wasn't it? That song
Mambo Italian? Well, I don't
think so.
sounded like no. I'm just kidding.
We do a lot of Italian music,
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah,
Irish
we do
music,
Irish, Italian, you know,
classical Christmas music.
Christmas music.
Oh yeah, I bet
Beautiful.
that's
We
good.
have some really nice arrangements
Yeah.
of some Christmas music, and a few that Steve actually arranged. A couple of them are on Spotify.
Yeah, we have a O Come Emmanuel on Spotify, and it did really well.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm not kidding. I think that would be Christmas music.
You
Yeah.
made what, like 75 cents off that, right?
Yeah, I gotta pay you. No, it's more like 2 cents. 0.20, 0.002.
Well, guys, we got to wrap it
Oh,
up. I
okay.
really, really appreciate you
Oh
guys
yeah, it
coming
was
down.
a lot of fun.
Way to go,
We
Tom.
got your website. You want to say it again? For people that
Stringtheory.com.
Stringtheoryguitar.com.
Stringtheory
doesn't
guitar.
even know the website.
Yeah,
That's
stringtheoryguitar.com.
I don't even know the
It might be
website.
the reason you're not getting any
Probably.
calls.
Well, once I hit 60, things kind of went out the window. So that's why Tony's here.
Email us. Don't call us. Email us.
Email us.
Because the phone number on there is old.
Oh, guys are making it tough for people to get a hold
Yeah.
of you.
Well,
Yeah.
then we know they really want us.
I check the emails once every like 2 or 3
Okay,
months.
don't call, don't text.
Wait, but
Send
just
us a letter.
carrier pigeon. We respond to that.
Smoke
Email.
signals.
Smoke
Email.
signals.
Thanks again, guys. Really
Well, thank you, Tom.
appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to
A
this
nice
show on
light
Youngstown
show.
Studio.
Yeah.
I'll have a
If you
lot
like
more
our
to do
programming,
next week.
We invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page, or subscribe to your favorite podcast platform like iTunes or Spotify. This is original Youngstown content, and we would appreciate you sharing the videos and the word about us. Thank